without their advocacy and without the help of the staff at QCH, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know if I'd be walking. I came to QCH in July of 2023, July 13th to be specific. I had been losing feeling in my lower extremities and in my bladder function since about the 20th of June. I'd gone to my GP on the 22nd and was diagnosed with an UTI. I was provided the prescription medication for it, and it was suspected that I was having a negative reaction to the prescription, to the antibiotic. One of the side effects of the antibiotic is numbness in the toes and the feet. Unfortunately, one of the onset symptoms for transverse myelitis is also numbness through the toes and the feet. That numbness continued to creep its way up my legs, and eventually I was having spasms through my quadriceps and my hamstrings at night. It was difficult to sleep, difficult to get out of bed in the morning because my legs couldn't bear the weight of my upper body. I had several falls, both at work and at home. My knees buckled so violently that I could barely stand. And at the suggestion of my wife, we came here to the ED. It was quickly figured out that I had some sort of spinal injury. So I was rushed through the emergency department. From the emergency department, I was moved into acute, B2, undergoing a battery of MRIs, CT scans, both with and without contrast, x-rays. I had a lumbar pull, more blood pulls that I could honestly count. It was scary, to say the least. Eventually, I was diagnosed with transverse myelitis. Transverse myelitis, or I might refer to it as TM for short, is a rare neurological condition. It's caused by inflammation in the spinal cord. The inflammation stops the signal from going from your brain to, for me, my lower extremities. Of those people, 33% end up in a wheelchair, 33% end up walking with some sort of aid, and 33% end up walking without an aid. It's a pretty scary thing. Without the help of the staff at QCH, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know if I'd be walking. From the doctors to the nurses, to the support staff, to the technicians, to the volunteers, everybody provided me with kindness and compassion and kept me up to date on what was being done in order to initially figure out what was happening to me. And then once I had a diagnosis, what could be done in order to ensure that the best treatments were given to me to try to mitigate the effects of transverse myelitis. So I started physio, I think the 18th of October, 2023, with a very specific request to my physiotherapist that she never go easy on me. Always make it hard. There's no other way to learn. And with her help, I was able to graduate from a wheelchair relatively quickly to a 2-wheel walker and then a 4-wheel walker, then a pair of canes and a single cane. I had been able to get my driver's license back. In May of 2024, both my wife and my physiotherapist inspired me to run at Ottawa Race Weekend in 2025. We went to the indoor track at Carleton University, and she taught me how to run again. It was slow and painful and weird, and my brain couldn't quite communicate with my legs quite right yet. I always kind of equate it to John Cleese, The Ministry of Funny Walks by Monty Python. But that's how it felt while I was running. And eventually it just became normal. Like last year's goal was just to be able to run. It was to prove to myself that I could do it. Whereas this year's goal is to advocate raise awareness for transverse myelitis. So this year I was able to work with the Canadian Transverse Myelitis Association to design a custom jersey for this year's run. My PBs, my personal bests for running can all wait, but it's not what the point of this year's run is. The positivity to overcome it was definitely born in this ward at this hospital through very frank conversations with the doctors here, explaining to me the repercussions of transverse myelitis and what my future might look like. The constant feedback from the doctors saying this is not insurmountable. You can beat this and come back. And they were right. Just the positivity that was born here really kind of carried me through, and still does.